Hi, my name is Preston Crawford. I am an AYA Social Studies major, and I'm teaching at Wade High School currently, for the fall semester. So this field placement, I got to teach my first lesson. It was pretty cool. I got to teach on the progressivism era, and all the kids were like, progressivism, what's this, what's that? And like, honestly, I didn't even know at first. I was looking up research, and I was like, I didn't learn this in high school. So I had to go back, and I looked it up, and I found out I knew some of it, a lot of it, but it was definitely different. I got to teach a lesson to them, and they really grasped it. They asked a lot of questions, which I loved, and they just got in contact with you if they ever needed help. So I did receive a few emails requesting help, and then I would look it up for them, find the answer to their question, and they ended up all doing really, really well on their test, which I was very proud of them for. And I also got asked why I can't be their teacher all the time, and I thought that was kind of funny. But I basically just told them I'm still in college. Their teacher's the one that's qualified right now, and maybe in a couple years I'll be up teaching in Toledo. If they're still there, I doubt they would be, but you never know. And I got to read tests to a student this semester, and this was probably one of the most rewarding experiences I had the whole time. He wasn't good at reading the test to himself. He would get mixed up, wouldn't comprehend anything that was going on with it, and ultimately his grades suffered extremely from this disability he has. So what my duty and obligation was to read the test to him, and not do any more than that. So I would take him out into the hall where it was quiet while another lesson was going on, and I would just read this test to him. And at the beginning of the year, when it was just the supervising teacher, Mrs. O'Connell, she did not have the time to give a one-on-one test to him, just because she had no help to watch the class, different things like that. But I got to go out into the hall with him, read this test, and I watched his grades from the beginning of the year when I got there rise from a D to when I left up to a B plus, and I was ecstatic at that, because it showed that like I was actually helping the student. Like, it wasn't just a fluke that he did good on one test. It was he kept improving and actually became interested in history. Before, he was just kind of like, I don't want to learn about history. It's no fun. I don't understand what's going on. But then, like, once you started reading it to him, he was like, oh, I get it. Like, he would put two and two together. He realized the one thing in this time period caused another thing in this time period. He realized that all of history was intertwined, just because you were able to say the words for him. And I thought that was really cool. And it might actually influence me to switch my major to special ed. But I'm still not sure if I want to do that or a minor. So I am actually looking to get a different field placement. I'm hoping at a rural area with a male teacher, actually. Just to see if the students respond differently to a male teacher than they do a female teacher. Because I know in high school I was always more focused when it was a male teacher. I had more respect for the male teacher. And it's not that I didn't like the female teachers. It was just I had always had more respect for my father than I did my mother. And I think that carried over into my studies. So I want to see if it affects other kids as well. But So I had a pretty good time at Waite High School. While I was there, there was another BG student there. He was doing his methods. So with your methods, you have to teach a whole section. And for the section, I just kind of had to sit back and watch him because even the supervising teacher isn't allowed to teach during that time. This is all his time, so he gets to do whatever he wants with the lessons. Excuse me. And he just gets to pretty much run the classroom as he wants. But I actually got to talk to him and critique him. And like some of the things I was picking up on were like he was nervous talking to him, and some of the things I also noticed was he was very accurate in his history, but like that wasn't what our supervising teacher was picking up on. She was picking up more on the fact that because he was so accurate with his history teaching, it was all like straight out of the book. He wasn't mixing it up any. So he was basically just teaching straight out of the book and wasn't making it fun for the students. And I had never really noticed that because I'm the kid that always got interested in history. And I was like, wow, this is fun, even when no one else was enjoying it. So that was like one of the things I had to learn like to look for. So when I got to teach my lesson, I did make it more exciting. I threw out some fun facts, things that they'd be interested in. And another one of the things that the supervising teacher picked up on was he used a lot of big words. And this is also something I didn't catch because a lot of the bigger words I had known, mostly because of my high school history classes that were a little more complex than what this class is. But I also was looking like at these definitions, and I was like, well, I have these in my college classes now. I mean, they should know them. They're used every day in college. And the more I looked at it, I was like, you know what? I didn't know these words in high school. So how should I expect these high school kids to know them? And so that's like one thing I really had to focus on in my lesson. Anytime I had a bigger word, I had to break it down, give it a definition, try and relate it to something that they could relate to. And it ultimately made my lesson a lot better. So much to the fact that when they took the test, they missed less than 30 questions on the section that I had taught them. So I felt pretty proud about that everyone was doing great on the section of the chapter I taught them. And also, I came from a really, really small town in southern Pennsylvania. It was mainly white population, Caucasian. And going into the city of Toledo, I knew I was going to have a lot of diversity, and I was kind of scared about the diversity at first, to be honest. Never being around it, never being with it. So, like, one thing I noticed was my classroom was just about 1/3 Caucasian, 1/3 African American, and 1/3 Hispanic. And so I think that really provided me with a great experience to get the experience of having different races and ethnic backgrounds, just experience a little bit of their culture, experience some of their home life that they bring to school, just everything in general. I thought it worked out a lot better being there than if I would have been in a rural classroom my first semester. I think if I was there, I would have liked rural or suburban too much, where there's not as much of a ethnic diversity. So I'm glad I got to go to Waite High School up in Toledo and experience that. But like I said, I really enjoyed my field experience. I hope to go somewhere different next semester, mainly for the learning opportunity. But I think if I stay in ECCO the next couple years, urban's definitely going to be one of my places I want to hit pretty hard. They got some problems up there with finances and stuff that I'd love to like write grants and stuff for, help get them books, laptops, internet connection, wireless internet, all that stuff. So I think once I get settled into a school and I learn how to write grants, possibly here at college, I definitely want to take a big step and help a lot of inner city schools like Waite High School and other schools within Toledo Public School System. But thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.